But Americans, I think, are sick of continuing to send their money, their tax dollars to this particular conflict. But if the Europeans want to step up and actually buy the weapons from American producers, we're okay with that, but we're not going to fund it ourselves anymore. We have been aggressively working, trying to break the logjam. One of the most important logjams is that Vladimir Putin said that he would never sit down with Zelenskyy, the head of Ukraine, and the president has now got that to change. We're at a point now where we're now trying to figure out, frankly, scheduling and things like that around when these three leaders could sit down and discuss an end to this conflict. If you take where the current line of contact between Russia and Ukraine is, we're going to try to find some negotiated settlement that the Ukrainians and the Russians can live with, where they can live in relative peace, where the killing stops. It's not going to make anybody super happy. Both the Russians and the Ukrainians probably at the end of the day are going to be unhappy with it. But I don't think you can actually sit down and have this negotiation absent the leadership of Donald J. Trump. And I think the president, and I certainly think that America, we're done with the funding of the Ukraine war business. We want to bring about a peaceful settlement to this thing. We want to stop the killing. But Americans, I think, are sick of continuing to send their money, their tax dollars to this particular conflict. But if the Europeans want to step up and actually buy the weapons from American producers, we're okay with that, but we're not going to fund it ourselves anymore.
We're going to be announcing later on, we're going to have a meeting with Russia. We'll start off with Russia, and we'll announce a location. I think the location will be a very popular one for a lot of reasons. But we'll be announcing that a little bit later. I just don't want to do it now because of the importance of what we just did. But I'll be meeting very shortly with President Putin. It would have been sooner, but I guess there's security arrangements that unfortunately people have to make. Otherwise, I'd do it much quicker. He would too. He'd like to meet as soon as possible. I agree with it. But we'll be announcing that very shortly, okay? And location.
Я ще не чув, що будь-хто з партнерів засумнівався в можливості Америки зробити так, щоб війни не було. Президент Сполучених Штатів має важелі, має рішучість. Україна підтримала всі пропозиції президента Трампа, починаючи ще від лютого. Припинення вогню. Всі формати підтримали. Зустрічі з російською стороною ми забезпечили. І забезпечили конструктивно. Ми зробили обміни і готуємо наступні. Вже більше розуміння щодо списків. Розраховуємо на результат. Цю другу спробу поділу України Росії ми не дамо. Знаючи Росію, де друга, там і третя. Тому стоїмо міцно на чітких українських позиціях. Ми маємо закінчити війну достойним миром, який буде заснований на чіткій, надійній, безпековій архітектурі. Партнери готові нам з цим допомагати.